When is 2021's blood moon? In the early hours of May 26, 2021, a total lunar eclipse, also known as a blood moon, will be visible from North America. One of the astronomical highlights of 2021, it won't just be any full moon, but a combination of a full moon, May's full flower moon, a supermoon and a total lunar eclipse. Here's everything you need to know about the super flower blood moon eclipse, including exactly when, where and how to see it from North America. On 26th of May, 2021, only the Pacific Rim will get totality, the full moon turn red, but the entire globe will see a supermoon. A blood supermoon total lunar eclipse is two different events. The first is 2021's biggest, brightest and best supermoons, the super flower moon, which is so called because just 9 hours before becoming 100% illuminated, the moon will be at its closest point to Earth for the entire year. Of course, the moon doesn't orbit the Earth once every year, but instead once every month, about 27 days. It's a slightly elliptical orbit, so during that short time there's a point that sees it farthest away, and so relatively small in the sky, and a point that sees it as its closest, so relatively big in the sky. Occasionally that point, perigee, coincides with the date of full moon. It just so happens that this month the perigee is the moon's closest of 2021. A total lunar eclipse occurs when a full moon passes through Earth's shadow in space. Each month the moon passes roughly between the Earth and the Sun, an invisible new moon, and then orbits to the other side of Earth to the Sun, a full moon. However, because the moon's orbit is titled in respect to the ecliptic, the Sun's apparent path through our daytime sky, only occasionally does it eclipse the Sun, and then travel precisely through the middle of Earth's shadow in space a couple of weeks later, or prior. The moon's journey through Earth's mighty shadow can take a few hours, though on May 26, 2021 it will only brush the inside of the shadow, taking just 14 minutes and 30 seconds to move right through it. During that time the only light that will reach the lunar surface will first have been filtered through Earth's atmosphere. Short-wavelength blue light from the Sun hits molecules in Earth's atmosphere and scatters, but longer-wavelength red and orange light mostly travels right through, striking fewer molecules. So the dominant color of light we'll see on the moon for that short time will be red. The physics is the same as for a sunset or sunrise. A total lunar eclipse is really 3 eclipses in one. The event begins when the full moon enters the Earth's outer shadows, its penumbra, a penumbral lunar eclipse. It then begins to enter Earth's inner shadow, its umbra, and as it does so it begins to turn red, a partial lunar eclipse. Once the whole of the moon is inside the umbra, that's totality, the moon will have turned completely red, and will stay that way for 14 minutes and 30 seconds.